Hi everyone, December 21st, 2021. SAS Rana, Surinderjit Singh Rana reporting for some world event. We're gonna see some bizarre events going across the world for December 21st, time about 1200 hours UTC. So December 21st, 2021, we're gonna discuss various issues, topics which are going across the world. Recently we saw 6.3 mag earthquake at California. We are witnessing some increased activities. As in my past video, if you go and search YouTube sjsrana search, and you'll find my last video, I was indicating about some explosive 2 weeks ahead, and this was some of my indication, folks. It's going to be bizarre 2 weeks now. It's going to be like you can call it a roller coaster ride all across. Things are going to happen, and so you got to be prepared with the events, because this new year things may change by 2022, but for now the ending for 2021 doesn't seem to be the one where we expect by every past many years, decades, centuries. And I've been trying to tell some of the tensions, escalations across where you find Russia, NATO having some sort of escalation going on. Also, we'll see some of the war zones getting declared. COVID-19 war zone is already upon us. You see omicron B.1.1.529 is appearing, and how it's trying to create mutations. And Dr. Fauci has been rightly indicating that this is some serious concern for now. Though the conditions or the symptoms are seemingly mild, but I tell you folks, the mild symptoms are just because of the effect of the vaccination or the inoculation or even the boosters. However, I do see there are going to be some issues going forward. I'm going to indicate how it's going to happen. But for now, let's focus on a few things which are important. One of them being that earthquake in California. This is some indication again that something is going on. Maybe it's the shift going on, and we may see more earthquakes across till the year end. So by December 27th, 28th, you're going to see more of these activities. Maybe tsunami, be prepared for it. By year end, we'll see a lot of these events, maybe volcanic activities. I see more of volcanic activities also. As you know, Mount Etna is already spewing ashes, and whatnot is going across. So another thing is that how this COVID-19 is going to develop now. Because of the vaccines, things are a little contained, but it's showing some mild symptoms. But this is not the one where you should be just relaxing and saying, okay, everything is cool, hunker down. You know, it's something where you got to be cautious. So all the heats, social distancing, you know, N95 mask, and avoid gatherings, best I'll suggest avoid sexual contact at all. You know, those people who are having floundering around, having multiple female sexual contacts or whatever, males or whatever you do, you got to be avoiding, because now it's mutating and you never know which mutation is going to hit and how you're going to be impacted by that. I guess by another 3-4 months down the line, we should see some clear picture, but I see the whole December 2022, January, February going like that, because of these mutations which B.1.1.529 is producing. Already 10-12 mutations variants it's having, and then we see it's entering India now. See, whenever this virus enters India or these pathogens enter India, it gets somehow mutated into some bizarre, disastrous version. You know, you've seen Delta, how it mutated, you know, B.1.617. And then we see same thing going for B.1.529, which I see, and this is just taking time. So it's just a matter of time how it's going to reappear itself. And we see the things, the problems which are coming are more of the nature where you find that these scientists are trying to unravel the mysteries behind this COVID-19, but so far they haven't have a clear picture as to how things are appearing and why they have not been able to come down with the mutations despite having the vaccination. So I am not commenting anything on the vaccination, whether good or bad, because that's a debatable topic and scientists have to come with some solution. Anyways, moving forward, we see a lot of developments going around, and we see like India is coming up with a lot of solutions regarding the situation of the marriages, marital rapes, and the debate is going on. Also, we see the Maxwell closing arguments, And I know Maxwell team is trying to prepare many defense, more than I guess 34 defense witness from Maxwell will appear, while the prosecution just has around just like 25 witnesses. So this is quite strange phenomena. It never happens like that, because the trafficking of minor girls is a serious concern, and it has been ongoing since 1994 till 2004. Yes folks, the whole decade of 1994 I remember. Until 2004, this trafficking of minor girls were going across, and distribution to pedophiles. It's a complete network of people, high affluent people who enjoy, I don't know what they enjoy in sexual gratification with minor girls, who are being exploited because they are lacking money or they don't have the need. It's called grooming. The process of grooming has been defined now. This trial enters into 13th day and 14th day. It's very important for everyone to watch, because this is what's going across in your neighborhood and across everywhere. You find it, you see, you report it, because the amount of trafficking of minor girls is increasing, folks. It's not decreasing. Even right now I have put the article, my last article was yesterday on wordpress.wordpress.com, where I keep reporting, these incidents are increasing. The pedophile association is getting more and more clever with the technologies, phone spoofing technology. These association of predators are getting more close networked. They know exactly what's going around. And the reason they play metaphor games, because they have various channels they communicate through. It's not just the phone, but they have the images, they have the various game sites. They use some game exploits. You call it, many different games they are playing together, and those games they will put up into a scenario scene where they are trying to communicate what's going around. A lot of other things are going with the metaphor games. Always avoid these metaphor, I call it bastards. They are metaphor bastards, because they are raping females one by one, playing the games. If there is something which is hidden, it's always a sin. It's always something which is not right. Virus is hidden, so everybody is fearing virus, right? So anything that is hidden, metaphor bastards are hiding the metaphor games. Basically, it's a sin. So anything that's hidden is not right. Like viruses, like bacteria, like those things are not right. And you must be aware of this situation, especially the minor girls. And I've been just trying to put the recent post as to how the RapeX device is helping females, minor girls. And I guess I'm asking India government to distribute free of cost at least 10 to 20 devices to every female of India, because every 40 minutes a female is raped in India. Now the metaphor games Mafia is raping females all across in the neighborhood and everywhere. And these people should be totally ignored. These are obnoxious beasts, and whosoever is promoting these metaphor games are nothing more than devils. They are pure evil spirits which are promoting these games, because they are hiding things, hiding facts. And the communication is hidden, everything is hidden. Only top predators of the town, like Maxwell Empire waterfall diagram, knows exactly how they want to play this matter. What are the events, what are the results for these games, and they don't want the communication. Whenever you stop the communication, folks, it's the end of the game. You see what happened with the CDS recent crash from sky. The India military chief crashed from the sky. What happened, folks? India government has not been able to provide any answer. Come on. I mean, they are kidding, they are joking people around, or they have been having fun with people. They cannot have the answer as to how it fell, what was the reason why the CDS fall from the sky. And I tell you, it's the communication issue, it's the communication error. When people try to hijack other people's communication, then someday they will get their communication hijacked. And it's the law of the nature, folks. It works, it circles around. And so it's just my indication and signal things are not going in the right direction. I already predicted in my last video that explosive is going to come. You see the recent event in Punjab, northern area of India, Amritsar, where the sacrileges were committed, and there was a youth beaten to death by people. Again, I'm not going to comment much on it because it's a religious affair and it's not my arena of spiritual area. But I tell you, there are things which people do out of insanity, out of chaotic mind, and there is a scope of forgiveness. And I don't want to comment much on it because this religious affair, people, they have their own working, they have their own things. But my thing is, you got to take these people seriously, trying to explain them, educate them, rather than, just completely bashing and beating the person out of death. So that could not be the right lesson given to the youth. If the guy would have learned the lesson the other way, perhaps he would have preached many other people that, okay, I committed a sin. And what I did was totally wrong. I should have not jumped the barbs or trespassed to the area which is belonging to the sacred sanctum. And there should be respect at all times. I give respect to every religion. Folks, for me, every religion is one. And I'm just going to talk on this very momentous day, today being the winter solstice of December 21st, 2021. I'm going to talk about some of the spiritual matters I've been telling all along. One of the statement I have released 7-8 years back was reality is subjective. Finding object reality is our objective. So the objective here being find the object reality. The quantum mechanics clarifies the whole scenario, how things change when we go at the micro level from the macro level, and things do happen like that. And this is how the things are across the universe, across the cosmos. So you got to understand some subtle meanings, and you got to be prepared for something which is unseen, and it has got greater impact, on the life, on the fabric of humankind and whatnot. Another statement I've released that for humankind to flower and flourish, we don't need humankind, we need kind humans. So kind humans, kindness. So folks, this winter solstice is giving us the indication as to how we contain our explosive energy inside us, how we learn to forgive people. They trespass, they do a lot of other things. Well, there is a reason why they do it, and we got to be a little bit on the side to explain, to give them liberty to see that they come to a understanding that what they were doing is not right. What they were doing is disrespect to something. So all these religion towards all these religious people are not getting the point what these actual sages, saints have said in their avatars, or while they have come on the earth. Look at any of these sages, any of these saints, any of these avatars, you call it. They come to earth and they try to preach the peace, the liberty, the the forgiveness and the kindness, and everything is contained with that. And the most important thing is the love towards every being, not just a human being, not just lust. There's a difference between love and lust. Many people confuse that. When you talk of love, they always go with opposite sex, and that's a lust. You got to distinct between those two things. Lust is different and love is different. And love is basically towards the whole humanity, the whole cosmic things, whole living things, whether it's plants, whether it's animals, whether it's birds. They talk to you. I've been talking to them, I tell you frankly, and they talk to me. Birds talk to me and I talk to them back. Because once they understand the love, the nature, they understand, they understand you, you understand them. And that's where these games are played, the real metaphor games, not what these bastards are playing on daily streets and everywhere elsewhere to entice female over the lust, or to, somehow entrap females, That's the trafficking, folks. It's a trafficking empire, you must avoid it. And we'll see how this Epstein, Maxwell empire falls down. Because to my understanding, if you ask me, I'm predicting already that Ghislaine Maxwell will be convicted. I'm not saying all 6 counts, but I'm saying many of the counts she'll be convicted. There is no reason, it's a reasonable beyond doubt. Nothing needs to be proved. Those females who have now grown up to fully grown females, they were minor girls at that time, some 13 years old, as low as 13, 12 years old, were being molested, harassed, and sexually gratification acts were committed on them. So this is no reason to have joy by the defense team that they will be saying, okay, it's a false memory or fake memory, they don't recollect. There's nothing need to be proven here. It's already there. It's just that how much of quantum of punishment the court is going to quantify now is something which we will look. So I'm already predicting Ghislaine Maxwell will be facing her karma. The backlash of her karma is going to come on her, and she must realize that what she did. Whenever you try to give heed to these pedophiles, they are well-connected people. Pedophiles are always top of the town, richest people. Most of them, I'm not saying that everybody is like that. Everybody that wears a jacket or everyone that wears a coat is not a lawyer. Everyone that wears a coat is not a criminal. Everyone that wears a coat may be a criminal. That's a thing which you got to understand. So I'm trying to understand from this angle that how it's going to impact the world now, because the Ghislaine Maxwell trial is one of the momentous trial in historical sense, and this is going to change the humanity. I told you earlier in my last video, in 2022 you're going to see change in communication. People are going to change the way they're going to communicate with each other. More respect is seen, more different sort of communication mode is appearing. I'm already seeing in the consciousness, but I'm not allowed to divulge things which I see. Some of the things I share is only 10% of what I see. 90% I'm not allowed to divulge. So those things I'll tell when the time comes. However, for now, we're going to see this trial very closely, and a lot of girls will feel much more safer now. And obviously, there are more devices coming for safety of the females, so they can't be just like finding themselves helpless, in hands of predators or pedophiles. They have the defense mechanisms. They got to activate. They got to have the networking, talk with other female folks, talk with people who know the things, and they're going to help you. And a lot of other organizations are coming on, especially the US largest organization I feel worth mentioning is the RAINN, which is RAIN, and that's the largest anti-sexual organization of the US, and that is where people go to pay heed, go to their website, visit them, try to understand how things are working across the globe. And it's changing now with this Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Everything's going to change in the consciousness, and this is what every nation need to do now. They need to put up these people under trial, and it should be broadcast live on the televisions, on their internet, streaming live, so that the world understand that going forward we are not going to take this nonsense anymore. So ending with a good note that being the winter solstice, you got to be more towards internal journey. Try to contain your explosive thoughts. The time of COVID-19 is not good. Obviously, we're going to see some downturn in financial markets. Going to be some tumultuous ride through it, and we will see some change in the mindset of people from this, and we'll see something coming out of once these explosive events are all over by, I guess, 2 more weeks to go. So NATO need to be taking heed by Russia, because Russia is planning a lot more things. Recently, the launch of this missile from submarine SLBM was the indication. This is a very strategic missile which it launched today, and Russia is indicating it's serious about the nature, and it's also going to have its SAMRAT, the intercontinental ICBM. It's a multi-warhead hypersonic capable missile. It's a SAMRAT, and it's from Russia. So all these hypersonic projectiles are being prepared. I guess it's better to diffuse tensions now, because NATO should not be taking any sort of advantage of the situation here, because it's going to explode, folks. So both Russia and NATO needs to respect each other, and I guess Ukraine is something where everybody has to resolve this crisis, and especially the UK has a bigger role to resolve Ukraine crisis, and I hope they come up with some solution. So ending with the good note that we will see Ghislaine Maxwell trial as a live stream, and I hope the conviction comes, because of the nature of the crime was very, very serious, very profound. Impact is going to come to the psyche, to the consciousness of the humankind, to develop further on the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, dated 13th, and we're going to see the ending or the closing arguments for the defense. And we're going to see how they're going to bring up 35 witness. So this is a small clip. I'm just adding for the information. It's a small clip, not the full clip.
Ghislaine Maxwell's fate now rests in the hands of the 12-person jury. Before they were sent out to begin their deliberations, they heard closing arguments from both sides in the case. Prosecutor Alison Moe said they should use their common sense and find the former socialite guilty of sex trafficking minors for her one-time partner Jeffrey Epstein to abuse. She said it was absolutely absurd to argue that Ghislaine Maxwell didn't know what was going on with the man she was in a relationship with and in properties which she also managed for him. She argued that Ghislaine Maxwell was a key part of the whole operation, recruiting young women and grooming them for abuse at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Abuse the women who've come before this court said Ghislaine Maxwell at times participated in. Then it was the turn of the defence, and defence lawyer Laura Menninger, who said that the women who'd come to court were motivated by money. She said they were interested in receiving payouts for claiming that Ghislaine Maxwell.
So we're going to see some bizarre result. I have already predicted that it's going to be conviction for Ghislaine Maxwell. There's no end on sight on this conviction. So for the girls, minor girls and females all across, this RapeX device is what they got to be giving so that they can prevent such incidents and all across marital rapes. So So all across you see in India, the incidents of murdering females, minor girls after having sexual gratification acts over them is increasing too much. And recently the High Court held the conviction of India father-daughter rape. It's also the most underreported crime of India father-daughter rape. All these things have to come to an end because these situations which are arising now is the COVID-19 sexual gratification acts mutations. So folks, the time of Christmas is to celebrate, so enjoy this small clip I have.